everyone, welcome back to My Perspective. I'm your host Shelby, and today we have a very exciting episode. I'm going to be having a conversation with Natalia. She is a wellness influencer in Orange County, and I am so honored for her to be coming on the podcast. We touch on a lot of subjects of her healing journey with self-love, self-confidence. We talk a little bit about family. We touch on a lot of different subjects, which I love, and I just want to give you guys kind of like a insight into what I was thinking. So this is only my second interview that I've done, and my first one on camera and with someone I don't really know. Pretty quickly I realized how intimate and vulnerable a conversation like this is. Not only is she in my home, but we're also touching on a lot of subjects that I haven't even processed yet. Natalia did absolutely amazing. She was so sweet and open, and I love that. But you guys can tell I'm a little bit uncomfortable, hence why I laugh a lot. I laugh when I just feel a little awkward and nervous. So I wanted to let you guys know that, and I highly recommend watching this on YouTube just because you can see our interaction and the laughing won't be as obnoxious than just on audio. I also want to say that I'm going to get so much better at these interviews. Let me know if you guys have any tips or anything you'd like to see better in the comments. I'd love to know your guys' feedback, especially since I just started doing interviews. But I'm so glad I did get to talk with Nat, and she's literally such an amazing person. I'm so glad I got to meet her, and she was so open for all of you guys. I guess now I have so much respect for people who do interviews and have a podcast, because it is kind of scary to just open up to a lot of people you don't know and you don't know who's listening. So I'm really excited. It's gonna be a good episode, but let me know what you guys think, and the episode's just gonna start right away. Okay, bye guys. Enjoy. Well, welcome, Nat, to My Perspective podcast. So for anyone who doesn't know you, can you please introduce yourself, share your podcast, and all those sorts of things?
Yes. Hello. My name's Natalia. I am a content creator. Have been a content creator for about 4 years now. I have a podcast. It's called My Monday Mood. I have an Instagram. It's called Nat's Need Eats. But yeah, very happy to be here. Thank you for having me on.
Of course. Where's your Instagram handle come from?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
I haven't thought about that one in a while. My Instagram. Okay, so my Instagram started as a foodie page where I was just posting healthy recipes, all of that. So I was I want it to be fun, a little tongue twister. So I was Nat's Need Eats. And it's been the same ever since, and honestly, it's due for a rebrand. I think I'm just gonna change it to my name now, because I'm so much more than just recipes. I'm just lifestyle. I'm just sharing my life. So eventually I'm gonna change it, but that's where it stemmed from.
And that's your main page? It's not just obviously it's not a food account, but it's not just your wellness page. That's your main Instagram that you use?
No, so I have a personal account. It's just Natalia Seliger, but where I post
your everyday.
the everyday Nat's Need Eats.
I kind of hate my main Instagram. I kind of only keep it because, I don't know, everyone has one.
Yeah, no, honestly, same. I just like to post there for aesthetics and just photos where I can just be a mystery girl kind of, where I'm just nothing, you're not getting anything out of me here besides photos. And then on Nat's Need Eats, I'm spilling my entire life.
You're oh, just go one page over and you'll see everything.
And I have it clipped in my bio for people to see. So I'm hey, if you want the real raw Natalia, just click Nat's Need Eats and you'll get a full diary of what I've been going through.
I get so creeped out sometimes. I'm oh, I wonder if anyone thinks I'm mysterious from high school. I'm no, I'm literally everything you could possibly know about me is posted online.
Exactly, but you see, I need both. So I need that mysterious side where people are who is this girl? But just one click away, you can find out real quick. Just click on my podcast, listen to an episode.
No, yeah, listening back to my old podcast episode, I'm dang, I shared a lot. Everyone knows everything about me.
That's why I'm nervous for this episode, because I'm damn, what am I about to share with the entire world? What's going on here?
Because you don't, realize nobody's here. I'm not, actually talking to anyone.
Exactly.
So
it's just me and you.
Just a number, you know?
Exactly.
I can't conceptualize who listens. And then people are oh, I listen. I'm thanks.
I know. I'm oh, I didn't know you knew I existed.
Well, then I listened back. I'm what did I just say?
I know. I'm oh shit. What did I put in there? Sorry for cussing.
No, you can cuss.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, I cussed one time, and someone messaged me this isn't PG. I'm when did I ever say it was PG?
You're I never said that.
No, I'm 21.
I feel old because I feel like I literally just turned 21 and now I'm 24. So like,
it goes like that. I'm turning 22 soon. I'm like,
22 was my favorite year.
okay, yay.
It was my favorite. 21 was okay. 22, best year. 23, rough. 24, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be
coming.
good. It's been all right, but I'm gonna make it really, really good. We still got a few
months?
over 6 months left.
Oh,
I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it
flip
great. Yeah, exactly.
What happened in your 22nd year that made it so good?
My 22nd year, I was living in LA. I just met a lot of like amazing people. That's when I like started a lot of great friendships in LA. Started going to like, Motion LA. Do you know what Motion LA is?
No.
It's like a workout group in LA.
They don't. Isn't there a gym here called Motion?
There is, but it's not that.
Different.
It's like a workout group.
Got it.
Two of my best friends, Sasha and Jason, they like created the group, but that's like basically how I found most of the people that I'm friends with from LA now.
Okay.
And that's how I started traveling. I went to Bali with them. That's like what started my whole traveling era. 22 was just a special year because of that.
Is that when you went on all your trips?
Yeah.
I know, I mean, we don't have to get into it, but I know you're deciding between like Orange County and LA. You also have friends in LA. So what's like stopping you from moving there besides, because you also have friends here?
Right. Yeah, that's a good question, and it's something I'm still figuring out. But I just feel like I like a simple lifestyle. Like I get very overstimulated very easily in LA. Like I just get very like more anxious there. 'Cause it's just a lot. It can be a lot. Have you ever lived in LA before?
No, I've just been close enough to LA and saw so many people. Obviously, all the influencers out there. When I was younger, I'd watch like all the YouTubers. I never glamorized it, and then I've always glamorized Orange County.
Yeah.
And my sister moved here when I think she was like a sophomore in college, so I was always coming down here. I was like, why wouldn't I move to Orange County?
Yeah.
There's really no thought to go to LA until I graduated college and everyone decided to move to LA.
Honestly, the only reason why I moved there was for work purposes, like to just connect with more people in the same space as me. And I did meet a lot of great people, but I'm just like, okay, now that I have these great connections, do I have to put myself back in LA? Even though, because obviously there's always more people you can meet and more like connections you can make, but I'm very like satisfied with my current relationship. So I'm like, I don't know if I really need to do that. And like, I'm fine living in Orange County. Like I love it here. I grew up here, the beach, everything. So yeah, it's just something I'm still thinking about, but as of right now, I'm leaning more towards OC.
Yeah, no, I totally understand that. I feel Orange County's a simpler lifestyle, like you said.
For sure.
It's not hustle culture-ish. Like
you can have more balance here.
Yes.
Yeah.
At least in like Costa Mesa, Newport, you get the beachy vibe.
Yes.
And people are more friendly, and it gives you like a small town feel too. I feel like I run into people all the time.
Yeah,
I like, but also I don't like sometimes. But
I know. I'm like, I got my eye mask on.
Yeah,
I'm just going for a walk. Hi.
But it is still wellness based.
For sure.
Which I like around here.
Anywhere you live, as long as you have like good people around you, like you can make it work.
I've thought of like moving to San Diego, but I know I have like all my families here and stuff, so I wouldn't. Maybe like down in the future. But
yeah, I would love to live in San Diego at some point. That's definitely on my bucket list. At least for a little bit, at least a year. Like to just, San Diego's beautiful. It's just expensive, but everywhere is nowadays. So it's like choose your fighter.
And I always thought I was gonna go to school in San Diego. I didn't. It's just beautiful.
SDSU. That was like my number one pick. That was.
I didn't get in.
Me either.
Okay, I went to the next best thing, Cal Poly, but
honestly, in Santa
Barbara, slow. Yeah, that's what you're thinking.
Okay,
yeah.
That was also, I didn't get in.
Really?
I'm not a schoolgirl.
Where did you go?
I went to Saddleback College, which is a community college, and then I transferred to Cal State Long Beach for a semester in 2020, and then the whole social media thing started, and I was like, I'm going to run with this. So then that's when I moved to LA and dropped out.
Smart decision.
Do you think? Yes. Like looking back, I'm very grateful that I did that for many different reasons, but it just, like, hindsight, I'm very glad I did that.
What was your social media presence in 2020 compared to now?
I feel like it's changed a lot throughout the years because I started off with sharing about my eating disorder, like recovery and like food freedom and just like body image. That's like what my page started on. And then it's obviously just like evolved throughout the years. I didn't want to like maintain just that. Like there's so much more to me. So it's just kind of evolved over the years, but that's just how it started.
How did you get comfortable to talk about that's such like a touchy subject for so many girls?
Yeah.
What made you, like, what even gave you the confidence to talk about that? Or, like, how was your journey to, like, get there? Because that was probably, like, years, I'm assuming, of, like, your recovery and stuff.
Yeah. What gave me the confidence? I think just seeing other creators, like, open up about their journey with, like, healing their relationship with food, it made me feel more comfortable. And I felt like we just needed more of that on social media. And so I just tried to be a part of it, I guess, and share my own journey and all of that with eating and, you know.
Were you towards, like, the end of it, or were you still pretty much in the thick of your eating disorder when you
I was
started
towards
posting?
the end of it. I still wasn't, like, I've definitely, like, have a different mentality from then to 2020. You know, I was still struggling in different ways, but I was just sharing those struggles and just being honest about it. And it really resonated with people. So I was like, damn, like, I feel like this is my purpose right now.
Aww.
That's kind of what started it all. Yeah.
And 2020 was such a time where eating disorders were at their highest.
Oh, yeah.
Because of everyone being home.
Yeah.
And having no control over anything. So I can't imagine how many people appreciated what you were posting.
Yeah. No, it was definitely, like, a powerful time to, like, be sharing that type of stuff, because I felt like so many people were resonating and like the content I was consuming, like, it was, like, you know, that type of stuff too. So I felt like, yeah, it was definitely like an era of like just that focus
the
for
era
sure.
Of Chloe Ting.
No, God, do not remind me. My abs like hurt thinking about it.
The like 100 crunches every day or something. I'm like, okay, I'm kind of tired. These workouts are repetitive.
You know, I'm like, I'm bored. What's going on here?
Oh yeah, I remember.
Felt like a simulation.
It did. Everything I swear from 2020 gives me like flashbacks. Because it's all so nostalgic.
I miss it, honestly.
Take me back to my Chloe Ting
the
workout.
whipped coffee. Yeah. Like, oh, I miss that era so much.
Dancing only on TikTok.
That's how I started too. If you know, you know. I'm a big dancer, okay?
Yes.
And I would literally share my struggles by, like, doing silly dances. I'd be like, foods I used to restrict. And I'd, like, do a dance, and that's, people would resonate because they're like, I love your energy, and you're just sharing, like, honest truths. So that's how I started.
What's crazy is TikTok. Like you were so aware of like yourself to obviously post that enough and like go through your recovery. How'd you get to be so aware?
That's a good question.
Did you go to like therapy? Like how did you like even know you were struggling with your body and food? I'm assuming your body.
Yeah, definitely both. I did not go to therapy. I did not actually seek out any help when I was struggling. I didn't know I had a problem until I like opened up to a friend about it and was just telling her like I think about food 24/7. She's like, that's not normal. Like, you have an eating disorder. And it like shocked me because I was like, oh shoot, like I do? She's like, yeah, because she had an eating disorder too. She's like, that's not normal. Like, I was like, oh shoot. So that's when it like really hit me that like I had a problem. But honestly, the way that I recovered was just by changing up my following, like making sure I was following people that were not talking about calories and restriction and their body and like just constantly flaunting that and just sharing more of like real shit, you know?
Yeah.
Which is like crazy to say, but like that honestly played a huge role in my recovery.
I think it's because we're seeing constantly over and over someone validating like eating this little is normal, or you should go on this diet or do this workout. I just remember like there's this one YouTuber or influencer that I made like workout plans and meal plans, and she's just a model. Like she has no credibility to be like making any of that stuff, and I would follow her meal plans to the T.
Yeah.
Like this many almonds. And I'm just like, oh my God. And I just felt like there's such a huge disordered eating on social media that's like normalized. And like no one, if you're not aware of it, you don't even like realize what you're doing is bad, if that makes sense.
For sure. Honestly, if I didn't open up to my friend that day about like, you know, the past year of me just constantly fixating over my body and the food, I probably wouldn't have thought I had a problem, because I went into it thinking I'm just trying to be healthy. I'm just trying to like look good, feel good, but I wasn't. So I was like, this isn't adding up here. Like I feel like drained. I feel like so tired. Yes, my body is like I'm thinning out, but I don't feel strong. I don't feel good. So something's not adding up. And then it all made sense very quickly.
It's weird because, like, I'm at this point in my life where I'm like, oh, I'm so self-aware. I wish I could go back. Because now when people are doing things like diet culture or, like, doing something that's, like, harming their body, but they're just doing it because quick weight loss or they think it's going to help, it must be nice to not be so aware of what you're doing sometimes and just, like, live life.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Yeah.
We've all been there. But you live and you learn, and quick fixes are not sustainable, you know?
I know, and I just, like, want to hold their hand. I'm like,
I know.
It's going to get better. Even though you don't even realize it's going to get better.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I try and preach, is that ain't it, sis.
Yeah.
It's not going to work out. It's not going to end well for you. At least we know, and we can try and help others. Yeah. How are you doing?
By the end of college, I was just sort of burnt out from therapy and, like, trying to work on myself so much, kind of over the self-development. I felt like I was reading so many books.
Yeah. Honestly, if you go into it too hard, you can get burnt out.
Yeah. Like, there's so many
Can we normalize that? Yeah. Like, have balance.
There's, like, no professional really looking over all this personal development you're doing.
Yeah.
And then you can nitpick everything about yourself to fix in every direction. Wellness, health, mental health.
You can only do so much to better yourself. Like, give yourself grace. Yeah. Just rot in bed for a day, maybe. Like, it's okay. Like,
be depressed for a day, okay?
Just relax.
So,
I get it.
I just started therapy again. I'm, like, finally ready.
Good for you.
Thanks. I had therapy right before this.
Love it.
I'm trying EMDR therapy.
How do you like it?
Okay, so it was my first session. It's a little weird. I didn't know anything about it. So, like, didn't know what to go into it. But I heard it's, like, one of the most scientific-backed therapies. It's not, like, a quick fix, but it's 4 to 6 sessions for the EMDR, and then the rest is just talk therapy. So I'm excited to try something different. Maybe, awesome. Like, go back to my childhood trauma. Yeah. Of, like, where it all started and fix it.
Hey, it stems from somewhere.
It does.
We got problems that stem from somewhere.
Something.
Someone said something. Someone gave off wrong body language one day when we were, like, 5, and that just completely stuck in our brain.
Never went away. I just don't want to be, like, a mom one day and struggle with how I look. I want to be, like, so ultimately confident and my daughter see that. Yeah. And not question anything about herself because of what I say.
Yeah. I feel that. I feel that. That's, like, my biggest motivation is, like, knowing that one day, because I would love to have kids one day if, God willing, it happens. Yeah, and having, you know, little yous look up to you. Like, you want to be a stable, confident person. Yeah. You want to feel somewhat healed in whatever traumas that, you know, you grew up with. So I feel that very heavily.
You had, like, your whole recovery journey. Is that, like, where your self-confidence and self-love journey, like, stemmed from? Or do you think it stemmed from, like, a breakup or, like, a friendship breakup? Or what do you think?
Yeah, good question. I think it stemmed from my first breakup out of high school. It was, like, the worst pain I've ever felt because we were together for 2 years, thought we were getting married, the whole shebang. And then it was a very like, surprising breakup to me because I thought I was going to marry this man. You know, like, when you're not. Were you and your boyfriend together in high school?
We started dating our senior year.
I love that you guys are still together because that's unheard of.
I know.
Mostly. No, that's beautiful.
But everyone
honestly
thinks you're going to marry your boyfriend.
Yes. And that was definitely my mentality.
I'm going to marry my crush. Like,
I'm going to marry my situationship right now.
The guy in Whole Foods, I see, we're getting married.
Trader Joe's boy. I know, you know. Where's the ring? But yeah, so that heartbreak was, like, really tough on me. We broke up when I was, like, 18 or 19. And that's honestly what kickstarted this whole journey for me. Because it was, like, I feel like for me, my purpose usually comes from, like, painful times. Because I'm like, okay, I need to better myself. I need to either prove myself to this person that hurt me or prove to myself that I'm worthy, I'm capable, they're missing out, which is, like, kind of sad because, like, I should not be proving myself to anyone. But that is what has changed over the past few years. Is like, okay, I was really heartbroken when I was 18, and yes, that kickstarted my journey, and I'm grateful for that. But now, like, when someone disappoints me or something, it's less like trying to prove to them. It's more of, like, proving to myself that, like, okay, this hurt, but, like, I'm going to get right back up and I'm going to be better for myself. So I feel like that's kind of something that's changed over the years.
That's so big. Like, I think I still even, like, I'm going to be successful and everyone's going to, like, see me and be like, wow, she really did it, you know?
It's good, though. I feel like it's good to, like, use that as, like, fuel for a little bit, but don't let it be the only reason.
Yeah, because no one really cares.
No one's, like,
I'll
it's
let
fine.
it kickstart my journey, but I definitely have to do it myself.
Yeah.
I have to be proud of myself.
Exactly.
Nobody's going to, like...
No one's going to pat you on the back.
Yeah.
Like, no one's going to save you. Like, you need to save yourself, pick yourself up, but know why you're doing it. Like, for me, my biggest why is like, okay, why am I doing this? And like letting that lead me.
Where has it led you?
Yeah, I don't even know. It's just led me to different opportunities, things that I wouldn't have been opened up to in my past. I feel like I'm a very anxious person at times, so getting out of my comfort zone has been like a huge struggle for me. But over the past few years, like traveling solo, doing things like that, like my younger self is looking up at me and being like, you're so cool, you know, like little things like that. It's like just reflecting where I was and now where I am.
I think it's crazy to think about us as little kids, because I would dream about getting my car, having my first boyfriend.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm living what I've always dreamed of. I need, like, why can't I appreciate where I'm at? Because I know that little girl is like, just her head is exploding that everything actually came true.
Yeah. I think that's like how most people should look at their lives. It's like, is your younger self proud of you right now? Like, forget about anyone else. Like, is she happy with what you're doing with your life, or, you know, the growth?
Yeah, something I recently saw was like, you always feel behind, or like everyone in our 20s is feeling behind. Yeah. But then they put it in perspective, like, who are you behind of? Like, the only person you could be behind is yourself. And you can't. It's like your own little journey. And I'm like, okay, wait, that actually made me feel so much better. I'm not, like, I have my own timeline. Nobody else has the exact same life as me. So why do I expect myself to get married at this age, or have kids, or, you know, all the other big life stages people think of?
Dude, comparison truly is the thief of joy. Like, it's hard. It's so hard not to compare, especially with social media. Like, I struggle on a freaking daily basis. Like, why am I still living at home? What am I doing with my life? Yeah, like what you said, it's important to just stay rooted in, okay, my path is uniquely mine. Yeah. It's okay if I step back for a second. Like, at least I'm aware of that and I know what to do moving forward or whatever. But yeah, I feel like comparison is just, that's a tough one.
What do you do that helps it? Because you're on social, like, that's your job.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you're on Instagram and TikTok and stuff all the time. Or do you have boundaries with yourself?
I try and have boundaries, like not checking right in the morning and stuff. But I definitely like fall into that trap for sure. It's hard. But I feel like for me, just reminding myself, I'm a big affirmation girly. I'm a big journaler. So like my morning routine is like so important to me, because that's how I ground myself before I start the day. So I'll like give myself a little affirmation in the morning, just like reminding myself that my path is uniquely mine. Journal out whatever anxieties, worries, or like whether if it's a manifestation prompt, something like that, whatever. It's just different every day. But I feel like that is like what really grounds me and makes me stay rooted in my path, you know?
I want to hear your morning routine. I'm so interested now. Do you have a specific time you wake up, or do you let yourself sleep in? Like, I want like the little details.
The nitty gritty.
Yes.
Okay. So it changes day to day. So Mondays and Tuesdays and Fridays, I personal train. Or I don't personal train. I get personal trained. And that is at 7:30. So I will wake up at 5 a.m. on those days to make time for my morning routine.
Dang.
Yeah. I'm telling you, my morning routine is so sacred to me. Like, I will, if I had to wake up at 4 a.m. to do it, I don't know about that, but
a little early.
My morning routine is important to me, okay? So, yeah, I'll just, like, wake up. So, do you want the...
Yes, because, like, I just always thought, like, people who don't have a 9 to 5 just, like, do whatever their whole day. So, like, I'm so interested to really know. Also, I love routines. Yeah. I'm not a morning routine person. I'm a nighttime routine person.
Okay, see, I'm complete opposite. Like, 5 p.m., like, I'm just scrolling through TikTok. Like, I'm just, like, I don't want to be in any sort of routine right now. Like, that's funny how everyone's
opposites.
Just... Yeah. But, okay, so, yeah, wake up at 5 a.m. So, it's a Monday morning, okay? Wake up at 5 a.m., big glass of water, coffee, have, like, a little snack because I try to eat with my coffee. And then go back up to my room and I will journal for a little bit. Like I said, either a journal prompt, or if I'm going through it, I'll just spill my heart out. It feels so good to just like release that. And then I'll do a little affirmation. And I try to gratitude journal as well. At least like 3 things I'm grateful for. Just gets me in a good headspace. And then lately I've been praying in the morning, and then I'll just get ready for the day and get ready for personal training, little workout set, and that's about it. But journaling is just like, it's always been, the past 4 years has been like a core staple in my morning routine. It just like really grounds me. It's like my me time, you know.
I love journaling at night, or I won't be able to fall asleep. Actually, I don't journal that much. That's a lie. I love journaling when I do though, and I'm in like in the groove of it.
Yeah.
I love looking back at my old journals.
Me too.
Actually, my mom read my journal in high school.
My mom read mine too. Really? Trauma bonding.
So traumatized. I was like, my journal
bonding.
Stolen,
girl.
Too.
Oh no, she stole
By
it.
a guy in my class. Because I used to journal at school. In class.
She pulled it out. She's like, I'm done with this math. Oh my god, that's a flex. She was a journaling girly before any of us. That's on. I didn't go to that.
Oh, it was
extent.
so bad.
That's hilarious.
So I actually got stolen from this kid. I was like,
guys are so mean,
right?
Why do they think
They're, like,
that's okay?
Me photos of my journal from a random number, and I'm like, I lost this journal. Where is it?
That is so traumatizing. He read your journal.
Yeah, and I'm like writing Max's name in cursive.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Ew.
But he did find out the guy who found out I really didn't like him because I wrote about that. Really bad.
That is traumatizing. Okay.
But I was like, oh, at least my mom didn't find it. I get it back, and then she finds it. Reads it. I never journaled again for a long time.
As you shouldn't. I
got grounded.
Gets grounded because she sees something she doesn't like. Oh my god. Dude, I feel you though, because my journal also got read like a year and a half ago as an adult.
No.
So yeah, not good. It's okay though.
Yeah, a year ago I would really write my relationship with my mom.
Why do you think I've been going through it?
No. And you live with her, right?
I do. But things are better now, thank God. But yeah, it's been a rough.
Yeah. I didn't go home for like a year.
As you shouldn't, dude. I was Airbnb hopping. Do you remember that era?
I was like, oh, she's in
Do you
LA.
guys remember that era? How do I tell people that like my mom?
Yeah.
Right.
You're the only child.
So I have a half sister and a half brother. Basically, they're both like way older, and I don't talk to my brother. Okay. I just started talking to my sister again. We weren't talking for like 2 years.
So you're kind of like alone when it comes to like your mom.
Yes. Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I couldn't imagine being an only child just because of that.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah,
it's tough. But I have an amazing support, like
your friends,
my friends, or my family, because I don't have like a huge family. I'm not very close with a lot of people, so it's tough out here.
I know.
That's why I'm like, oh, I want to be a mom, have beautiful kids, have
my own family.
Change the narrative, change the patterns that need to be fixed. Like that is what I'm trying to focus on. That's why I'm aware. Like now that I'm aware, I'm seeing like so many things that I never want to repeat. That, like my mom did, my dad did, their relationship, like my parents were never like together. Like they were together for like financial reasons, but my dad, they just got a divorce like a year ago, a few months ago.
Last year.
I dissociated all of 2023. So I'm just realizing like my future husband, like what I expect, and like just a lot of things were needing to change before any sort of family happens.
Didn't even realize what a family was supposed to look like until either going over to friends' houses who had really connected. Like I always wanted to be a part of a huge family that had huge holidays and everyone was so close.
Yeah.
And also I realized like dating Max, his parents have a lot of long-term friends, couple friends, and I mean, I guess I just found this out, but guys don't usually have friends. I didn't know that was like a normal struggle that guys have. And I'm like, but Max has so many friends because his parents emulated keeping long-term friends and like building that relationship as you get older, not just cutting people off.
Yeah.
And I grew up as just cutting people off as soon as you don't like something they did.
Same.
So I'm like,
same.
I gotta work on that because I want friends in my life.
Do you know your attachment style?
I'm disorganized, so anxious and avoidant.
Dude, we're very similar. It has to do with our upbringing, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, because my dad is avoidant, and my mom, I don't really know what she is.
Yeah, she's probably anxious.
Probably.
I feel like most moms are anxious.
I don't know. I definitely need to work on that in therapy.
Yeah.
Because it affects the relationships in my life. Like, I can see it directly being like, oh, shoot, I just, like, shut down if something comes up.
I'm the same way. It's a struggle, but at least we're aware, you know? Yeah. We're trying. I'm in therapy, too. Yeah.
You are?
Mm-hmm.
How's it going?
It's good. I just joined when I was in the thick of my family issues. I was like, all right, I need, like, someone else's opinion to make sure I'm not going crazy. And, yeah, it's been very helpful. It's been good.
I think therapy for me is just, like, venting to
someone
and validating. Because, like, I don't feel, this is definitely something to talk about in therapy, but, like, I have a lot of close friends, but I don't feel comfortable talking to them what's going on in my life. I don't know if it's because there's so much going on. I don't know if I can hold what they're going through and what I'm going through. So I'm like, okay, I'm not even going to give you what I'm going through. Because what if you need something? I'm like, oh, wait, I can't.
Dude, disorganized to a T. Because I'm the same way. Like, I like to keep people at a safe distance, not get too close, because eventually they're going to need something from me. And I feel like I'm not going to be able to give them that. So it's, like, hard. But at the same time, I have, like, a best friend that I've known since, like, high school. And she's, like, my rock. She's, like, really one of the only people that I feel like I can just spill absolutely everything to. And she will just, like, hear me and, like, hold space and not expect anything in return. And I feel like because she does that, I can do the same. Like, I will set aside anything to be there for her because I know that she would do the same for me. And that's, like, so rare and special. And I'm like, okay, I have one person I could, like, do this with, and that's, like, enough. And maybe I should be doing it for more people, but then I just feel like it's too much, you know?
Yeah. I feel like you can only give so much.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially, like, those, I was just talking about this, like, female friendships are so emotionally, you're doing everything but having sex with them.
That is so true.
Like, you're dating your friend.
No, she's literally like my wife.
Yeah. And girls specifically do that.
Yeah.
Like, a friendship breakup is so, or I mean, I've never had a regular breakup, but, like, a friendship breakup hurts so badly.
It does.
Because they know every detail of your entire life. And you guys you went to Target together, like, you worked out, like, you did everything.
Yeah. No, I definitely feel safer, like, having somewhat of a distance. But that's just me. Maybe that might not be healthy either, you know? I don't know. I'm no therapist, but at least I have one person that I know, like.
Yeah, you need one person.
Yeah. I have a few people, but, like.
And I feel like our friends, I go to different friends for different things.
Exactly. You have you have your surface level friendships. You have your more intimate relationships. Like, just what you feel is best.
Well, who can support you in that specific thing.
Exactly. Yeah. I
feel like I'm, like, the friend that everyone comes to for, like, therapy.
Really? That's good, though. That's good. Nice. Yeah, people will come to you.
But I just have to, like, not get too involved.
Yeah.
I can't let it affect me.
Have boundaries with it. Yeah.
I'm like, okay, they're not going to do what I say. So I'm just here to listen.
Yeah.
And, like, be their friend.
All you can really do is hold space, and that's sometimes what everyone just kind of needs is someone to just listen, you know?
I love girl friendships so much. Like, I'm so glad I'm not a guy.
Honestly, same. Like, how do they, like...
They don't talk like
this. I know. They're missing out.
Yeah.
They're missing out.
They must be so lonely.
They gotta be so lonely. They gotta be so lonely.
We're just like, I wonder if they even think that.
I know. They're not even thinking as hard as we are in this moment.
That's also the thing is like, wow, it must be so simple.
Right? To be a guy for a day.
Yeah.
So such a surface level.
Walking through life.
Just walking.
Yeah.
The duality of both. The masculine and the feminine are both beautiful in their own ways. Having a healthy balance, though, is important.
I can't think about things into too much stuff like that. It freaks me out.
Me too.
How have your friendships evolved? Because you've been friends with the girl you were talking about since high school.
Yes.
That's insane.
Yeah. Actually, before that, like 8th grade, we met at church camp.
Cute. Was it Hume Lake?
No, I never went to Hume, but I know everyone did. No, we went to Saddleback Church, the big, big, big church.
Is that Mission Viejo?
It's in Lake Forest.
Okay, yeah. I've definitely driven by it.
But how has our friendship evolved?
Yeah. I mean, or just, like, making friends in your 20s and stuff.
Yeah. I'm surprised we lasted this long, and I'm so grateful we have, because, damn, it's tough out here.
Yeah.
Because, you know, people change. Everyone changes. Like, if you don't change, then
what are you doing?
What are you doing? Yeah, exactly. You got to evolve in some way. But I think it's just accepting the person and how they evolve and supporting them. And I feel like that's why me and my friend Haley have such a great relationship, is because we're so able to be accepting and supportive of each other throughout each journey. Mm-hmm. Like, we've gone through such different things in the past 5 years, but we've been able to support each other throughout those hardships and amazing things. Like, and there's just like no jealousy either, which I feel like is huge. Like, for me, if I feel any sort of jealousy from a friend, I do cut you off immediately. It's just not worth it. Like, I've had jealous friends.
Oh, you mean like the friend is jealous?
The friend is jealous.
Okay, I was like, you're jealous if you're cutting them
No.
off. Interesting.
Like, you're too good for me, bye. No, like, jealous friends that like aren't able to like applaud you for the things that you're doing, or
they're not happy for you.
Yeah, and it's just you can tell when someone's jealous. So I feel like that is something I have no tolerance for, because I used to like be like I just stick it out.
It's
but
gonna get better.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah.
And then I just feel like I'm lowering my vibration, my energy for someone who isn't on the same page as me, which holds me back. So once I cut off those people, like
you're thriving.
I was thriving, you know, and that's how you know too. I was like, okay, that was a good move, Natalia. Like, they were not meant to be on the road you're going on now. So yeah, I feel like that's a huge thing of like how my friendships have evolved. It's just really seeing people for who they are, and like seeing the red flags, and yes, having grace, but if it's like a continuous pattern that someone's showing you that you have to like hold yourself back, I feel like that's toxic, you know?
Yeah. I finally cut off people who just weren't happy for me, and I didn't even realize in the moment. I just thought it was a little odd. I was like, wow, there's so many other friends that I have that I love spending time with and who are genuinely happy for me and excited and want to be my friend. I could have been spending all my time with them. Like, and they wouldn't even like let me hang out with other people, which is crazy. And like, I'm just like, wow,
okay, are you my husband?
I know.
Like, what do you mean?
You're not my boyfriend.
I know.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
It's because in the moment it seems so hard, and
it is hard, especially if like you've known that person for a long time and you made memories. Like, I had a friend who we grew up together, you know, like we were like sisters. People change, things and happen. You see them for who they are now, and like it's okay if you're not friends anymore. Like, obviously it sucks having to distance yourself and having to, you know, separate yourself. I truly believe that like if someone is meant to like be in your life for a long time, like they're gonna stay there. Like, it shouldn't feel forced. And so I feel like that's how I gave myself closure with that friendship, is like, damn, like we were friends for a really long time, and it sucks that she's not in my life anymore, but we're just on different paths now, and I wish her the best. And that's all you can do, you know?
We do change so much. So
especially right now, like this is the most we're gonna change, like in our 20s.
And if you know them for so, like as kids, like you're bound to change, and you're gonna value different things. For sure. Jobs are gonna change, where you live's gonna change, and it's hard to conceptualize, but it's for the better.
Yeah, it's just growing pains though. Like, you gotta go through it. You gotta feel the tears, feel the pain, feel the uncomfortableness. Something better. I truly believe something better is always coming, you know, from that pain or hurt, whatever it is.
Do you think that when you started, I guess like after your breakup in high school or post high school, and you started like really going after your career and your self-love and just valuing yourself more, do you think people dropped off from being your friend?
Definitely. That's when most of my friendships ended, was during that time, because I didn't have a lot of self-love in high school. Yeah. Like, I was in a relationship and was focusing on that, and was just focusing on high school shit, you know? Like, I wasn't even half of the person that I am right now, which is good. I would hope that I'm not, you know?
You let more stuff slide when you don't value yourself.
Exactly. Spot on. Yeah, because it's like, oh, I shouldn't have let that slide. I shouldn't have been okay with that. The more self-love you give yourself, you're able to really see who you are and what you can tolerate and what you want to tolerate. And it's okay if that person isn't able to, you know, stand by you.
You understand what you deserve more.
100%.
And if they can't give you that, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
Just because they weren't necessarily the best friend for me doesn't mean they're a bad person. Right. They're probably a great friend to somebody else. And I just have to be okay with that. Like, I try not to like villainize them in my brain. I guess mainly because it's usually like friend group situations. Yeah. And it's like in the moment you're like, oh, how are they still friends with them? Like, they did this, and this to me. But it's like, oh, they probably didn't do that to them.
Right. Yeah, and everyone has their own, like, narrative. Like, I'm probably a villain in so many people's stories. I know I am. I know if someone thinks of me as, like, oh, she did me dirty. And you know what? Maybe I did. Like, I will take full accountability. Like, I haven't been the best friend in certain points of my life, like, for sure. Like, who has, though? Like, we're all learning and growing, and I've been villainized. Is that a word? Yeah. People as well, because they've hurt me. But maybe they're a good person now. Like, you know, so it's just, like, releasing that, too, and, like, forgiving people in silence, I feel like is huge for me. Has been a new thing.
Oh, my, I've never heard that.
Really? Yeah.
Okay, what have you done?
Like, for example, the friend that I was, like, sisters growing up, we, you know, we're on different paths now. I haven't spoken to her in a few years, but, like, because we never had closure for our relationship. She probably doesn't know, like, how I felt at the end and, you know, the hurt she caused me. I'm okay with her not knowing, and I forgive her in silence because I feel like holding on to the pain just makes me more of a resentful person and an angry person. And it's good to, like, feel that anger and that resentment, because that's how you heal. Like, you gotta feel all the feelings. But now, like, okay, like, I forgive her and I wish her well, and that's that. And it's so freeing to, like, forgive people in silence. You don't need to talk to them. Just
you
like,
don't need
I forgive you. Exactly. I'll give myself that closure. Like, my ex, for example, too. Like, that was a bad breakup, as bad as it could be in high school, you know, but it ended badly. But I've forgiven him in silence multiple times, and it's just like, hey, we good. Live your life. I'm living mine. We weren't meant to be.
Yeah.
We're not getting married this year. Shocker. We were supposed to have kids by now. We told ourselves 24, we'll have a house, kids. Hey, I'm still in my situationship. It's like, I'm ready now. The delusion was real, but you know,
we're just kids.
We're just kids in love. Like,
yeah.
Give me a break. I know. Was that love? It was what love is, whatever version you thought it was
at the time.
Yeah. I was boy crazy. Were you boy crazy?
I was boy crazy since, like,
I'm still boy
grade.
crazy.
I had a new crush every day. I would pick someone in the class.
I would write love letters and put them in multiple boys' desks. Like, I was on the hunt.
Oh my god, I did that too. We got in so much trouble. The, like, teachers, like, took us all out for PE and was like, some third graders must have put love letters in the boys' backpack. And me and my friends were like, that was us.
If we went to the same school in elementary school, it would have been rough. We would have been head to head. Like, Evan's mine. No, he's mine.
I picked him last week, though. No, yeah, I'm definitely was boy crazy.
Yeah.
And now I'm just boy crazy for one. But also I was, like, so avoidant in high school. As soon as someone liked me, I was like, never mind, I don't like you anymore. Like,
that's avoidant to a T.
Yeah. I think just because my sister, so his parents married his parents are high school sweethearts, and then my sister is a high school sweetheart.
Oh, wow. So the pressure's on.
How's the dating scene here? I was always curious.
Yeah, it's rough. But I also play a problem in it, because I tend to attract emotionally unavailable men, because I've been emotionally unavailable. But I do feel like now I'm at a point where I would like a relationship. I've been single literally since my ex. Wow. So it's been like 5 years. But I've had, like, you know, flings and situationships since. But I'm just very, like, bad about my boundaries and, like, just being, like, confrontational about, like, expectations and what I'm wanting. Like, I just like to have, like, whatever guy I'm seeing. Like, I like to, like, just let it flow and, like, not talk about, like, what we're looking for until, like, I get feelings. And then that's where I get screwed over, though, because I'm like, you don't have the same amount of feelings that I do at this point. He's like, well, no, like, we never talk about what we were looking for. Like, I'm not looking for anything serious. But then they're, like, taking me on date.
They're showing you something different.
Giving me, like, girlfriend energy.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm just doing dating wrong. It's hard out here, but I'm learning. We're all learning. I'm being more intentional now with, like, who I give my time to, my energy to, and being more upfront about, okay, this is what I'm looking for, even though I hate that, because I just feel like it's so forced.
It's reminding me of The Bachelor.
I know, but I feel like that's the only way now to, like,
because you're gonna
be
hurt
straight
yourself
up.
In the process.
I am.
By waiting, yeah.
Because if I like someone, like, if I'm going on multiple dates and I could see a feature, like, I get obsessed. Like, I'm like, okay, so you're it. Like, you're my husband. But then they're like, no, but, like, I want to travel, and, like, I want to do this. I'm focused on my career.
No
and, like,
way.
Hey,
they're saying no way. Oh yeah, that's what it's like.
Oh yeah, dude, it's rough out here. That's what I'm saying. But I do, like, I know that they're gonna hurt me. And I feel like that just has to do with childhood trauma. Seeing my parents never really love each other, things like that. I'm working on healing a lot of patterns and changing the narrative, but
and who you pick
rough.
as your partner is so important.
It's so important.
So take your time.
Taking my time, no rush, but also I hope I find him some point soon, or that he finds me, because I miss being in a relationship, you know? Just having someone stable. Like, that consistency is definitely nice.
Who you're dating is your rock. And if you do marry them, they're your family. They're your, like, partner, basically.
Yeah.
And so it's so important. But it is so easy to emulate what your parents have.
Yeah.
And that's, like, also my biggest fear.
Yeah.
But, like, I know, like, I'm young and we grow up together versus, like, I'm in my 30s trying to find my person and you're already set in your ways.
Right.
Like, someone explained it as when you're so young and you're dating, you're kind of, like, both, like, water and you mesh together. But as you get older, you turn into ice. And then you can't mesh.
Yeah.
And the girl's like, so I'm a slushy, right?
Slushy. That is so good. I'm a slushy. I love that.
I know, it's a good analogy.
I'm trying to find my slushy. It's skunky out here.
Is there, like, a good pool of people? Like, is there a good amount of bachelors?
So I went to Run Club yesterday.
Oh my goodness, I was gonna ask you about that. I've been wanting to go.
Dude, if I don't find my husband there, I will be surprised. There's a good looking crowd over there.
People go to meet people.
No, it's
like,
the new
thing.
Tinder. It's the new, like, dating app.
And you're, like, sweaty, you all, like, running, or
we're all
fitness.
running. Exactly. We're all, like, same, like, wellness space, you know, and then we all go to the bar after. Everyone just
really?
grabs beers and has wings. So it's, like, the perfect amount of, like, balance. Like, I'm a very balanced person.
Yeah.
I don't like going one way or the other. I've definitely been in one way, which was way too restrictive. So my main thing is balance. So the fact that, like, we can all run together and then just, like, go to a bar and, like, connect and meet. We're all, like,
I love that.
It was my first time going yesterday. I'm like, oh my God, like.
You guys just go into the bar all sweaty? And, like, with your no shirts on?
Well, people put on their jackets and stuff because it gets cold. But, yeah.
I love that. That's such a cool concept.
It is. I'm like, this is the new dating app.
Yeah.
Especially for, like, health and wellness, like, people that are into the same
and aren't really going out to bars in the weekend. Or maybe they are, but they're having a harder time meeting people.
Yeah. So I feel like that's my new, like, okay, I hope I meet my husband there.
How many miles was it?
So you can walk, you could do 3 miles, or you could do 5 miles. I did 3 miles.
Wait, I'm going to go and just walk.
Come.
I thought
do you run?
I stopped running. I get stress fractures really easily. I was running in the summer. I joined, like, another run club, and I was running, like, once or twice a week. I get stress fractures so easily. I started feeling them, so I had to stop. But I want to get back into it. But I mainly walk. I have a dog, so, like.
What kind of dog?
Golden Doodle.
I would have loved it. I love doggies.
He's like insane.
Really? Crazy. Is he a puppy?
Is
he a puppy? What am I doing?
He's 2.5. But
so he's a puppy. He's a puppy. 2, that's like puppy energy for sure still.
Once he's like 4 or 5, he'll probably just sleep.
That's nice that you have a little pup in here.
I know.
Keep you company.
And he goes to work with me.
Oh. Do you go into the office every day?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Where's the office?
Literally like 10-minute walk.
Dude, you're living life.
I don't want to move.
Where are you going to move?
Obviously, I can't move home. My parents live like an hour away, and it's just chaos. Like, everyone's yelling.
Are your parents still together?
They're still together, but I have a 10-year-old brother.
Okay.
So he lives at home. It's just, like, too much. I would love to live at home, like, save money. They'd watch my dog, but I couldn't.
No, trust me. I feel that. It's not easy living at home. Some sacrifices you have to make for the meantime.
Why did you decide to live at home?
That's a pretty long answer, but so I was living in LA for a year and a half, and then I moved back home because I wanted to travel for like the next year. That was in 2022. So I traveled a lot. I went to Costa Rica, Australia, Bali, did my whole thing. And then when I got home, I was like, okay, I'm ready to move. I need to move. So I started like apartment hunting, LA, OC. But my biggest struggle has been getting approved by an apartment because I want to live alone. But because my social media income like isn't very consistent, apartments, like, they're like, you need to make 4 times the rent each month, and I just don't make that.
You can't have a cosigner?
But yes, I did get a cosigner the past place I visited, and I didn't get approved.
What?
So I was like, I feel like God, the universe, is like just redirecting me and telling me that, like, trust me, I've tried moving out all of last year and it just hasn't worked out for me. And I know that like I could get a roommate. I understand there's like other loopholes, but I'm just like very set on living on my own because I did have a roommate. I did that. I'm a very independent person. I want my own space. Like that's honestly a dream of mine, but it just hasn't worked out and I'm not gonna like force it. I was like, okay, I'll just book a flight to Bali. I'll do my thing there. I'll come home with more clarity and I'm gonna figure it out, you know? So hopefully this year I'll find my own space, but I'm also like career wise doing different things. So I'm in a very like in between spot because I don't want social media to be my only source of income anymore.
Really? What are you gonna do?
Personal training. I'm getting my certificate to be a personal trainer finally.
That's awesome.
Thank you. I'm very excited to like be working with people like hands on.
Yeah. Do you think you're gonna do one-on-one or like work at a studio and do?
I want to do both. I could see myself doing group training and also one-on-one.
I could totally see you at Moxie. Have you ever been there?
Everyone is. My friend Milena goes there. What's Mox? It's like a group training.
It's a gym in Costa Mesa on East Side, right next to Mother's. And they do spin, shred, high rocks, weightlifting classes, and then they have a sauna, cold plunge.
Wow.
I think they have a run club. They have personal trainers. So like people during like the day, they have like their clients, and then they have group obviously training classes, but it's all black and white. It's very aesthetic. The energy is really good. Have you ever been to Grit Cycle?
Yes.
A couple of the instructors during COVID, like investors came to them. It's like a group maybe of like 4-ish people. They started Moxie. So it's the same vibe of Grit, cycle into their own like full gym though.
Got you. Okay.
You should try it. It's on ClassPass too if you do ClassPass.
Okay. Yeah, my friend actually goes there, so I'll have to check it out. But yeah, no, definitely something along those lines, like group fitness, one-on-one training. I can only do social media for so long, you know?
You think you're getting burnt out?
A little bit, yeah. It's just not as fulfilling as I feel like I need it to be. I love the podcast and all of that, but I want to be able to work with someone like either one-on-one or like in person, you know? I feel like social media, there's only so much you could do through the screen.
Human interaction you're missing.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I feel like I could be feeling more fulfilled. So I'm like, okay, what can I do to feel more fulfilled? And I feel like personal training will be that. Hopefully once I get that kick started, I'll be able to move. Just traveling for now.
Are you starting like the
through NASM? Do you know what NASM is? NISM. It's like the #1 certificate program you can do for personal training. So
oh my God, you're gonna kill it.
Thank you. I'm really excited.
If you do become a group fitness instructor, like I'm coming.
No, you better be there. Especially if I stay in OC.
Yeah. Even in the fitness industry, there's a lot of body shaming. Like at a workout class.
Oh, yeah.
And I just love going to those instructors who are so positive and literally don't mention your body except how strong and like proud of yourself for coming in. Yeah. It's like, why do you go to a workout class and they're like, let's work off last night's dinner? Like, what?
Dude, trust me, I know. That's what like made me want to become a trainer because I was like, you are not supposed to be saying this for so many different reasons. Like, for example, this morning, I went to Core Power, but something that I will take with me like at the end of the class is like how just the things that they say at the end, and the girl is like, make sure you guys eat today and have like a lot of protein. You guys just worked off a lot of calories, but like make sure you eat, like have protein. I was like, this is what we need, not someone saying like, all right, you better, work off the dinner or like that is just so like you're struggling. Just admit you're struggling, girl.
The way you walk into a workout class and you leave can make your day 100 times better. Like the amount of times I walk or I don't want to go to a workout class and I leave feeling 10 times better and so proud of myself and just like a whole new headspace. Like that's the instructor and obviously all the other people in the room who's in the space with you doing that, and that's probably so powerful.
So healing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I completely agree.
I'm so excited for you.
Thank
Is there a
you.
specific type of like workout?
I just love moving my body in all ways. I love I just recently started Pilates. I just did a class. I loved it. I want to continue that. I know you do Pilates. Where do you go?
I do ClassPass. So like my favorite places around here are Escape, Blind Meta, Be Fit, which is more like Legree. Okay. So dang hard.
Really?
There's like so many places here. Yeah. But it's definitely my #1. Because sometimes in yoga, I'm like waiting for the clock to tick.
Yeah. Have you been to Core Power before?
Yeah.
Sculpt?
Yes. Okay. Sculpt is hard.
Yeah. it's tough.
But I do like sculpt.
Yeah.
Because it's like full body, but yoga.
Yeah. I would love to one day do core power, like sculpt, like teach that class. Maybe like Orange Theory, something like that. I don't know exactly yet. I just want to get my personal training certificate and I'll figure it out as I go.
And you can do anything?
It depends. Like for core power, you have to do a training with them. But I think every place like requires like you to be a personal trainer.
Okay.
So I'm going to get that step done first and then just go from there. We'll see.
I didn't know if you had to get like Pilates or, like the
Yeah.
specific.
For Pilates, you definitely have to get like a Pilates certificate. I don't think I would do Pilates for a while just because I'm very new to it.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather do like core power first.
Like your energy is core power too.
Yeah. I like jumping around and dancing but also I love like weightlifting.
Yes.
So I feel like core power like definitely aligns with that the most. But also just like, yeah, personal training, group classes at the beach, like just get like a group of 5 people, put up, different stations. Like I would love to do that.
Have you done any events for everyone? We met. I went to one of her little beach walks.
Yeah.
With our friend Hannah.
Yes. Shout out Hannah.
Yeah, love you.
That's the only thing I've ever done, really. Yeah. I'm not a very good planner. Like I did like 2 of those, and I was like, all right.
Do you not like it?
No, I liked it. It's just like, I don't know. It's a lot of like, I get stage anxiety. So like, even though it's like,
and you're like running it. Like everyone's there for you.
I know. That's what freaked me out. I was like, oh my gosh. Like people like driving down from San Diego just to see me. Like, yeah, I'm like, oh my God. Like, I'm so grateful. Oh my gosh. But it's just like, whoa. Like,
a lot of pressure.
Do you know what you're doing, Natalia? Just having a lot of like imposter syndrome. Like, I'm just a girl.
Yeah.
I'm just a girl. But,
social media makes you feel like you're friends.
For sure.
The people I follow, we're friends. Like,
exactly. No, for sure.
I know everything about you.
Yeah. No, literally. That's why, like, I'd rather, like, have my followers come to, like, a workout class that I'm hosting, Like, I've had so many of my followers be like, you need to do, like, group classes. Like, I would come in a second. I'm like, I know I need to. And I feel like now I'm like, okay.
It's going to happen.
You want to do this. I just need to put aside, like, I just get stage fright, I'm like, what if I mess up? What if I... Yeah. But it's like, just do it. Stop overthinking.
They've probably been following you for so long. They don't even care. I know. Like, they probably don't even notice.
I know. It's my own inner dialogue,
I think I would too. I think anyone.
Yeah.
Except the really, really, really people who are very out there.
Extroverted?
Yeah.
I'm definitely like an introverted extrovert.
Same.
Like I get energy from people, but I also like need my alone time. Like that's why I would love to live alone. See people, get
then
that energy, and then go home to myself. Like
that's
everyone,
me.
cállate la jeta.
I'm like, please, I don't want to talk to anyone anymore.
Yeah,
but then, if you don't leave your house, you literally don't talk to anyone.
I'm sure. I'd probably isolate myself a lot, which would probably be a problem. But
go to a coffee shop, workout class.
Yeah.
And obviously you have your besties.
Yeah.
You have a dog, so I just talked to him.
Nice. Honestly, that's so nice though that you have a little companion keeping you company. Dogs are the best.
Yeah. Oh, your dog just passed.
He did.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
How you doing?
I'm all right. Honestly, I'm better than I thought I'd be this week because he passed last weekend. But I like cried the tears, like really felt the pain. I feel like that's what I'm learning about myself is when I like hold back like the pain, like it's gonna come out at a certain point where I'm like, where is this coming from? So the fact that I'm just like able to be more like honor my feelings like when I'm feeling it, and obviously like it's just all so fresh. I was like, of course I'm gonna like feel my feelings. Yeah, no, it was tough. Have you ever lost like a
child?
Pet?
Yeah, in college my freshman year, and she was sick, but I didn't know. So she died like 4 days later. Traumatizing, but got me to miso.
I wish they could live forever. It's definitely the hardest. Like I haven't had any real close people like pass away.
Yeah,
he's like been like he was throughout my whole childhood. Just like he was family. So yeah, it's hard, but we shed the tears, and we will continue to shed the tears, as many tears as we need to. But dogs are special.
They are special.
I'm a huge dog person. I'm like already asking my mom like, when are you planning on getting another one?
That was me.
I asked a little bit too soon. She's like, are you seriously? Like she got like mad. I'm like, okay, sorry.
Would you ever get one by yourself?
For sure. Not right now, because I'm still in my traveling.
Yes.
I want to just, once I get a dog, like I'm a mom, like we gotta like fully be there, be present. I'm not gonna be a mom anytime soon, even dog wise. I feel like I need at least another year or two. Yeah. Once I have my own space and I'm like, all right, we're secure, settled, for sure. I would love to get a dog, but right now we're still like floating around. You know,
enjoy it.
Yeah,
you'll be grounded once you have a dog.
Exactly. And just like, it's just hard knowing that they're not gonna be here forever. Like my mom's like, I'm never getting a dog ever again. Because like, you know, it's hard. It's hard.
It's so hard. It's losing someone, a part of your family.
Yeah, it's losing a family member.
They were there for so much. Yeah. And they're just like, they just listen.
I know. They're just there to like, exactly. They don't yap back. Well, sometimes they're like, in your face, but they're beautiful. They're beautiful.
Okay. Well, do you have anything you want to say to end the pod?
Thank you for having me. I haven't been on a podcast in a little while. I was a little bit nervy, but no, it was good. Just I feel like I talked about things I haven't talked about in a while. So it's good like resharing that, and you're awesome.
Oh, thanks.
I'm so like excited for you.
I'm so nervous to have someone on. Okay, something that like I realized talking, it's so intimate and so deep.
Yeah.
Especially for someone I don't know.
Yeah, I know. We got kind of deep.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Which is like great. No. I think people need more vulnerability. No, I definitely do.
I'm all about that. Like that's what my podcast is all about, is like vulnerability, just sharing the raw truth, you know. Yeah. Which I feel like we need more of on social media. So we did good.
I think we did good.
Proud of us.
Yeah. Okay, what's like your, so I know you said in the beginning, but like where can everyone find you?
My Instagram again is Nats Need Eats. Podcast is called My Monday Mood. My name's Natalia Seliger on TikTok, but I'm mainly on Instagram and my podcast right now.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I'll see you guys next week then. Have a great night. Bye.